episode of Thriving or Surviving, A Life in Spain. This week I'm joined by the lovely Sharon and Jimmy, who hail all the way from Sunny Sidcup. They moved over in December last year to a wonderful villa in the Los Carrascos area of Arboleas, and they've kindly agreed to have a chat for your guys' benefit, and let's get straight in. How are you guys acclimatised into a life here?
It's amazing, absolutely love it. Really, really wonderful. Didn't think it would be this easy, this quickly. So yeah, really enjoy it. Really enjoy not having to work.
I think Jimmy's a bit nervous, camera shy, but you know we're sampling the wine, so maybe he'll get a bit more loose lips as it goes on. So, what you know, I know it's not been a long time you've lived here, but what do you do with yourselves all day? You know, you're retired now, and you're off the kind of grind, out the grind and off the wheel.
I spend most of my time outside cleaning the pool or doing the gardening. Plus I've also joined the gym there, so it gives me plenty of time to get out there.
Which gym you joined?
Evolution.
Oh, the one right down by Arboleas, by the medical centre. Yeah. What, you got a personal trainer, or do you go to group classes?
No, I don't go to group class, I train every own. So they do good classes there.
And do you get a monthly membership or something?
Monthly membership, €40.
€40, that's unlimited usage, and you go as many times as you want.
And 3 times a week, that's, yeah. 3 times a week, that's usually, yeah.
And what about you, Sharon? How are you feeling your days up?
Just not enough hours in the day, to be perfectly honest. By the time we get up, which is about 9 o'clock, no alarm clocks
Luxury,
in this house.
guys, that's a lie, isn't it?
No alarm clocks in this house. And you just do, they just go. By the time we do a couple of chores, then if we need to go get some shopping, and we've been so blessed with the weather that we've literally everything done, don't we? And we're out in the garden.
Before you know it, it's Christmas again, I bet.
Be back to the UK.
And, you know, it's just a case of having time. There's always time. There's time to read my book. There's time to play cards, don't we? Play Scrabble. You know, it's time for things. If you don't want to do anything, you can just sit there for half an hour and
play Scrabble. I've got slightly more important things I'm looking forward to in retirement. Scrabble.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I hope I've got some more exciting things than Scrabble to look forward to. Mind you, I've been saving bingo for my retirement days, and I don't know there's a bingo club.
It's just having time. You just have time to do everything. I don't think it sounds stupid, but even doing housework.
Yeah.
It's okay because you have time to do it. You're not rushing to think, I've got to quickly do this before I go and do this. I haven't got to quickly wash the floor and then rush off out and do my shopping. You have time for everything. That is what has been, I think, the best thing, is just the time.
So I know you've only been over for 4 months, really. So have you had lots of family and friends over, or maybe not, I don't know, in that short period of time?
One of my sisters is in Torrevieja, so she's been visit us as well. She's come here.
She came for just stayed overnight.
Yeah. Then some good friends of ours come for a week. My daughter's been out for a long weekend, and my sister-in-law, Mary's sister, was here for 5 days.
She just went back. Yeah, we've had 3 lots of visitors already.
And I'm interested, you know, well, one of the ones from Torrevieja, because obviously this is a very different location. Yeah. Were they impressed with what you've got compared to what they've got up there, or what?
Loved it. Loved the views. Loved the villa. Just cannot believe it.
She texted me when she went home and said, "Thank you for having us at your mansion. We've just gone back to our shack."
Well, you guys won't know this, but we get lots of viewing trips, and they're accompanied by people who live on the Costa Blanca, and we kind of get the opposite. There's a lot of agreement. Oh yeah, because our houses, I think, here are so much more spacious. The gardens are a lot bigger. The spec tends to be a lot higher, and then you see the friends that have come down from Costa Blanca or Torrevieja.
They're their homes, aren't they? That's basically, so they're a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously it would have been for you, but coming from Sidcup, you know, I know Sidcup well, but coming from there, so your sister, for example, coming over, it must have been a bit of a culture shock, and how did she find it? Did she enjoy herself?
They loved it, absolutely loved it. They were so impressed with the house, they loved the area, they just thought everything about the place was wonderful. She actually said to me when she left, "You really lucked out with this house."
Wonderful.
She just loved it. They all did, didn't they?
They all loved it.
But I get that, you hear that a lot, you know, that reaction, but I wonder what you know, appeals to these people. Well, maybe the pace of life is so busy in the UK,
I think that's
maybe the cost of living, the weather's miserable, so when they come here they just think, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it has been.
Plus the thing, they all hate there to traffic going into work. If they drive, if you drive on the M25, or they go by train, it's so expensive. So.
And you got any more visitors booked then, or?
Yeah, my dad's coming out beginning of May, and then our son and his partner and our 2 granddaughters are coming at the end of May.
Brilliant.
So that'd be very, very nice, yeah, for the children to see the pool, because Isla, our granddaughter, when we took her to Greece last year, she couldn't get over the idea that she was allowed in the pool every day, because obviously at home they go for swimming lessons. And then my nanny and granddad have got a swimming pool in their garden now. I'm going to swim everything. Nobody else in the pool, just me, granddad, and you. Yes, just you and granddad and me, and mummy and daddy, and no one else.
She told a woman in the post office when we were back in the UK at Christmas time that her granddad's got a swimming pool in his garden.
But I feel so sorry. My daughter came over with our grandson, who's 4 now, Arthur, and they had a lovely kind of 10 days. They're back again in July, thankfully. I'm looking forward to it. But when they kind of, you know, the early morning flight, so he's woken up at kind of 4 a.m. in the morning, and in the car he's on his way to the airport, and they got all the way home to the UK. And as they're putting up outside my daughter's house, he said, no mummy, proper house, you know, house with swimming pool. My daughter can't deliver that. On the subject of pools, I know it's only April, guys, here at the moment, but we've had very, very mild weather, even from the last 2 weeks of March. Have you actually used this gorgeous pool sitting here behind us?
I haven't been in it yet. I've been up to my ankles, that's it, because at the moment it's only 20 degrees, so I will wait till 25.
I've been in twice. Well, no, I've been in 3 times. The first time I had to go in as a dare because I lost a card game and it was freezing. But then the second and third time I went in, I actually swam lengths, did 10 lengths and then 15 lengths, yeah. So
I suppose if you're in it for a bit of time,
once you get in, it is cold to start with, but you just have to get straight in and then it's wonderful.
Yeah, well, I had in the last week of March, and it's the first time, you know, I've been over here 20 plus years, and it's the first time I've ever used the pool as early as March, and I went in. I'm not going to say it was kind of warm and relaxing, but I'd been for a kind of 5-kilometre walk in the countryside, and I was dripping anyway, and I thought, right, and I just threw myself, oh, it was wonderful, absolutely beautiful. I've been in twice more since, and
it's
happy
lovely.
days, you know. Yeah, but we can't take that for granted, you know, it's not a given that you
No, anybody who visitors has been in the pool. I'm the only one that hasn't been in there.
And we've been so lucky that when they've been over, the weather has been exceptional, absolutely
So
exceptional.
they've all been in for a swim except me.
But have you noticed it, guys, that I'm in my long trousers still because I'm acclimatised and I've kind of adopted the Spanish lifestyle. It's very common for our clients coming over in October, November, December to be in shorts, sandals, and we're walking around in puffer jackets.
Yeah, I've noticed that with the Spanish people actually.
We'll come back and do a re-interview in 2 years and see if you're all wrapped up because it's April, we don't know.
It's 29 degrees today, you can't be wrapped up.
So, you know, it's evident that you kind of enjoy yourself, but what would you say has been the kind of biggest giver of happiness or joy, you know, since you've arrived here? What have you found to be?
I don't know, I just think
everything about it, just friendly, people are really local and friendly, everybody wants to help you. Any problems you have, you can knock on someone's door and they're going to help you. It's so simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah, and it just is, if they don't know something, they'll go out of their way to find someone that does.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, I think we've noticed just how friendly everybody is. And people here, a lot of people in Arboleas are from the UK. And obviously the UK isn't the friendliest of places anymore, unfortunately. But here, they've all had to do what you're doing. So they've been in your boat.
Yeah.
So they said, well, don't worry, we did that.
So it's a big jump and it's a major plunge, but you've got a lot of people over here who've done it maybe years before you.
Exactly, and they're all willing to sort of say, well, if I was you, I wouldn't do that. We did that, so why don't you try this? So they're helping all the time.
Yeah.
So everybody's experience is obviously different, but everybody's just, well, I can't say there's a single person here that we've not, that's not tried to help, or even when you walk along, they'll say, bueno, the Spanish people to you, wherever you go. Even a supermarket, the cashiers are just so friendly. They always greet you, holler, and...
Do you know, it's funny, there's a woman who works in Mercadona, which is one of Spain's biggest national supermarkets, and I met her in the first week we came over. She's still working there now, and every time I go in, it's like she's seen an old friend, you know, and she always remembers. It's remarkable, isn't it?
They're just saying silly things like, you know, they'll greet you and say goodbye to you nicely, and...
What these guys don't realise, I don't think, is, you know, they have been well and truly pampered, because when I arrived, you know, you couldn't put toilet paper down the toilet, you had a little green bin. Now we can, you know, flush toilet paper down the toilet. What speed's your internet? What internet when I arrived here? There wasn't any, you know, Facebook. And I think we've kind of adopted a lot of the mod cons, but still we're a lot sometimes behind the UK, you know, in terms of broadband speed, and lots of the houses here still aren't on mains drainage. It doesn't affect me. I'm not on mains drainage anymore, you know, I haven't been since
we had a problem with the water pressure this week. Well, my sister was over, typical. If it was just us two, it wouldn't have been much of a problem. But one day the water was completely gone in the morning. No rhyme, didn't get any information from the company to tell you what's happening. And then the pressure was really low, so we were literally having cold showers because where the pressure was so low, it wasn't calling for the heat from the gas bottle. So yeah, had to wash my hair in cold water, which wasn't fun. Yeah, and then you wait till you get the big thunderstorm or something, and it knocks out your kind of TV system for the night. But it's do you not find that anywhere in the world? I'm sorry, you know. At the end of the day. To be honest, the pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
All right. And I think a couple of times the gas pot was gone when I've been in the shower. I'm like, it's freezing.
Well, I've gone to visit friends over in Lincoln, as an example, and you have to use his 4th bedroom, stand on the end of the bed to get a mobile phone signal because it's a black spot. So I know sometimes we are a bit behind guys in the UK, but at the end of the day, you also have your problems, and I think...
But the beauty of here and the sunshine, that outweighs any of the little sort of problems that you might get, to be fair.
So did you, I mean, you guys came over well after Brexit, did you come via, and you're living here full time, did you come via the non-lucrative visa route, or did you?
Well, we come on an Irish passport, so our reason, Sharon hasn't it? I've got my Irish passport.
You've already got residency now.
I've already got my residency now.
And mine's in the pipeline, my residency. And once you make an application as his spouse, I don't have to abide by the 90-day rule. So I get a certificate to say that I've got an application pending, and that means I can stay in the country until it comes through. It takes about 3 months of mine. Jim's took about 2 weeks. Once all the paperwork is completed,
we're getting a lot of guys now, you know, with Irish passports, and it's obviously a lot simpler for them.
And now also we've had the joy that the British driving licences can be changed. You don't have to take a test here anymore. So you've done that, haven't you?
Yeah, I've applied for my licence.
Medical.
Simple medical, and you apply for your licence.
And they've changed them over now, so that's another good thing. That's another sort of...
Yeah, no, well, thankfully that's kind of been kind of ironed out, because it was that you had to sit a Spanish driving test.
Then you've got to do all the lessons and everything. So so that's another plus point.
Right. Give that a try. Spanish food, good or bad?
Well, I like it.
Right, so for our example tapas today, I've tried, they're very, you see them in a lot of places, but we've gone for pollo con salsa curry, so chicken curry essentially, which is, I picked it up locally, absolutely delicious, and a real staple. You find it in every tapas bar across Spain, and nationally is one called ensalada rusa, which is essentially, you can see that, but it's kind of a potato salad with mayonnaise, carrots, often a bit of tuna, peas and stuff like that. Everyone does it different, but I don't know. Jimmy's not into his tapas, are you, mate?
No, I'm just merely potatoes and meat, and that's it.
Yeah.
No salads, no tapas, no curries. And
no Chinese.
Well, yeah, but I think that's an important point. You know, just because you come to Spain doesn't mean to say you have to kind of eat 100% Spanish food or whatever. And I think everyone has something for many years. Mine was cream cakes. You know, I used to love going. Barton's as it was, and I don't even know if Barton's exists anymore, or I don't know, it's all Greggs now, they've taken over the world, haven't they, really? And having a cream slice or an eclair, and then you couldn't get natural cream cakes in any Spanish bakery. HP salt's very hard to come by, so love HP salt. But over the years, I've kind of acclimatised, and I actually prefer now Spanish sausages, Spanish bacon.
But you can get all of that now, can't you? You can get all the English products here, especially at the coffee brand. And you literally should say English shop.
Well, did you like that? Do you think it's quite nice?
I like the curry, yeah, it's really good.
Well, I mean, it's amazing. Again, I paid kind of like €3.50 for a great big bloody dish of chicken curry. I couldn't afford to make that at home, and then I could just take it and warm it in the microwave. The Russian salad's lovely. But do you find it okay? You know, I'm sure there's lots of people that move over that are not really big into the Spanish food, meat and do veg, as you say. Do you find it all right to, to sustain that diet when you're over here?
Yeah, I'm fine, because every shop does it, doesn't it? What, the restaurants, has no problems at all.
No.
Yeah.
So do you ever find yourselves getting bored?
No.
Not enough time to get bored. Not enough time.
No, we haven't been bored. We haven't been here a long time. And when we first got here, obviously, you were decorating, weren't you?
Yeah, decorating.
You were buying things for the house, had to this, that. So that keeps you busy. And then unpacking, trying to find a home for everything.
Yeah.
And then we had to go out and buy quite a few. You think you have lots of stuff until you get it, you think, oh, I forgot to get that. I haven't got that. So that the first couple of months was just whizzed by, didn't it?
Of course.
And then with the weather being so wonderful, of course, as soon as we can, we'll sit outside. So there doesn't seem to be enough.
We don't need TV, do we, darling?
No, it doesn't. We've got one though.
Yeah, well, I agree with you.
We do watch it every day. I must admit, once the sun goes down,
yeah.
Sometimes we sit outside, but mostly it's like you do at home. You come in, share a bottle of wine, watch a bit of TV, re-watching The Blacklist, which has been good.
Hang on, you're jumping ahead here now, because I've got a question about TV a bit later on, so we'll talk about that. Why, I'm always fascinated, why did you pick Arboleas? You've got this massive bloody country, all these places to choose from. What was the draw?
I never picked it. Sharon.
Right, okay.
I was just led here, wasn't I, darling?
We used to watch things like A Place in the Sun and Sun Seeing Selling Houses, the Garners.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were going to Arboleas to look at houses.
Yeah.
And the sort of surrounding areas. And we just thought, as a base, we'll start off there. We flew into Almeria, literally last August.
So it was your first place in Spain?
Obviously, we've been to Torrevieja on holiday, but there's no way we wanted to live anywhere. It was very touristy, and we didn't want that, did we? We wanted to be. We're half an hour, 40 minutes away from the nearest beach, which is.
Unless which is driving.
Which is
20 minutes.
Well, okay, so you found it via a place in the sun, right? But would you say you've done the right thing? I know you've only been here 4 months, so it's a very tough question. But was a move, you think, to this location the right thing, or do you think, why didn't I go to Malaga? Or
no.
We knew we wanted somewhere quiet, so this was just perfect for us.
It's quiet. Again, there's the local bars, 2 minutes across the road. So if you want to have more of a lively lifestyle, you can. We're very new here. We've just enjoyed having time together and not having the constant interruptions and having to work. So basically, we go maybe 2 or 3 days without seeing anybody, don't we?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we just think, let's just sit around the garden today. And then if we do feel like we want to go to the pool bar, which we love.
So you could be as kind of social and anti-social as you like, really. And I think that's one of the things I've always liked. There's lots of people come here who value their privacy, and they don't want to be having people over every night and blah blah.
We were good friends.
And we see them once a week, or whatever. They were over when my sister was over, but it's just at the moment we're just enjoying. Again, I can't keep saying it enough. We're just enjoying having time. For everything. There's just
it's all good, but there are some horrible things. We do still have cost of living and stuff over here. There's horrible things that all of us have to go through. What would you say you've discovered to be your biggest cost of living since arriving in Spain?
Well, the biggest thing was we had to pay for private health insurance to get the residencia.
Okay.
And that was it. Because you don't pay for it in England, it seemed a big chunk. But once we've been in the
pay?
2,500 for the two of
Two
us
of us.
for a
Right,
year.
so 1,250 each, yeah.
But then once we have been here for 13 months, we can go into the state system,
Okay.
which brings the cost of that down to about, bring it down about 800 euros a year.
Yeah.
But then once we get our pensions, then we go onto the system which is reciprocal, so that the government will pay our hospital bills here,
Yeah.
because it's the way they do it, yeah.
But hopefully, I mean, that is a big bloody hit to absorb when you have that to absorb.
Yeah, but we was expecting it. We knew.
We
We
budgeted
knew we
for
had
it,
to
we
do
knew
it.
it was happening, we knew what we had to pay, so it wasn't a shock.
And I'm sure there's other things that are cheaper that kind
Oh,
of
gosh.
compensate a little bit, I
Gosh.
suppose, you know.
Yeah, the wine.
Yeah, we'll cover that in a second. That's the last thing. Well, actually, on that subject, we're going to wrap up episode 1. But yeah, what's that wine? Well, this week I've gone for a white, a Vino Blanco Fidencio. I visited Spain's, as I said earlier, one of Spain's largest national supermarkets, Mercadona. There's a little thing on the bottle. A wonderful white. They haven't really given it a description, apart from they've said it's a great accompaniment for fish, vegetables, meat and rice. They don't say it's kind of got any, peachy waft or a bit of tobacco aftertaste or anything.
They're not being pretentious.
No, but it was the princely sum of €1.45 per bottle. I'm not being funny, I think it's bloody drinkable, to be honest.
Who's that?
Jimmy, like me, is not a big wine drinker.
I'll get the beers out in a minute, don't worry.
Yeah, well listen guys, thanks for watching episode 1 and join us again very quickly for episode 2.
Salud.